Hey, it's Jennifer here. Welcome back to the JYA Speaks channel. If you feel like you have too much to do, you're right. And let's talk about how to fix it, because your list is too long. Like if you genuinely feel overwhelmed, your responsibilities are too heavy. Your body has wisdom, your mind has wisdom. And one of the things I encourage so much on this channel is to make sure you listen to yourself. And so if you are feeling overwhelmed, that is communication. That is your mind, your heart, your body, and your nervous system telling you, hey, this is too much. So first of all, I just want to validate what you're feeling. And here's the truth. Working harder is not going to fix it. It's not going to make it better. In this video, I want to break down why feeling overwhelmed is valid. You're not the problem. What to do when you have too much to do. How to manage the overwhelm using the REST framework that I talk about in my book, Rest is the New Hustle, a blueprint for thriving without burnout. I subtitled this, Why Doing More is Keeping You Stuck and How to Break Free, because I've been exactly where you are if you're watching this video. It's just like, how do you manage it all? Like, I wish there was like a life school. Like, I wish there was like a school where we could just go to where somebody's like, this is the exact way to live life for your specific situation. Step A, step B, step C, step D, and everything will work out magically. But we don't have that, right? We have to figure it out day by day, moment by moment. And our priorities are always shifting. And that's totally okay. If you are feeling overwhelmed, if you have too much work, if that to-do list is too long, you are in the right place. So let's talk about it. What do you do when you have too much to do? All right, the first thing we need to do is we need to face the truth. And the truth is there's too much on our plate, right? There's too much on our plate, and that's okay. Like, think about it is like if you were going outside, all of a sudden it started to rain. It's not like you wishing that the rain wasn't there is gonna make the rain go away, right? So you have a couple options. You can continue to walk in the rain and get wet and get soaked, or you can go inside of a structure, or you can pull out an umbrella to help catch the rain and make yourself more comfortable. Or if you don't have an umbrella, you could stop by a local store and buy one, right? First things first, you have to acknowledge is that there's too much rain, right? And I'm uncomfortable and I'm getting wet. It's the same thing with your responsibilities. It's just like, okay, you don't start to see the options until you just acknowledge the truth. And the truth is there's just too much to do. We get into the harder parts where we have to set boundaries with our tasks, with ourselves, with others, to just remove what we can from the plate, because we may feel like everything is urgent, but only a few things are actually urgent and important, right? So if you've never seen that matrix of urgence versus importance, there's some things that are urgent but not important. There are some things that are urgent and important, right? So those are the ones we want to focus on. There's some things that are important but not urgent, which we do want to focus on those, because those are the things that tend to get left behind, but we only do those when we can. When we're in overload, sometimes it's not the best to tackle those tasks. And then there's some things that are not important and not urgent, and those things just need to be eliminated altogether, right? So that's the matrix. So we may feel like everything is in the same level, but it's really not, right? The first thing we need to do is just when you feel completely overwhelmed, the first thing I need you to do, and I go over this REST framework in my book, but the first thing I need you to do is find some way to rest. And I know it is counterintuitive. I promise you, I know it's just like, I have so much to do. How can I rest? But you have to rest because you have to give your body and your brain time to calm down so you can actually make the best decisions. Some people, I guarantee you, if you go back and ask people, how were you feeling when you made the worst decisions of your life or when you made the biggest mistakes of your life? Those people were either overwhelmed, lonely, angry, tired, and unrested. I guarantee it, because when we're in fight or flight and survival mode, our amygdala, the like primitive part of our brain, is going off, and our executive part of our brain, which is the part that helps us make good decisions, is kind of offline. So you have to get some rest just to be able to make the right decisions. So this may mean, and this is practically what it's meant for me sometimes, taking a sick day, especially if you're at a place where you don't have to get a doctor's appointment. But even if you have to get a doctor's appointment to prove you're sick, do what you need to do, right? If that's the case, if you're, in a career place, but you have to make some space or make some time. Or maybe it's turning down some social engagements or some invites you were given to just take a nap. right? Sometimes it's just taking a 20-minute nap. I'm not talking about like a 6-week vacation here, but even just a 20-minute nap can help reset your brain and reset your mind. So number one, rest. Find a place to rest. And if you don't get good sleep, that is also something to be addressed. But I would say resting doesn't even necessarily have to mean sleep. It could just mean something like that helps your brain and your mind calm down. A beautiful, if you love nature, getting in nature, doing something creative to let your mind relax, or spending time with the people you love, even if it's just like a little half day. But just do something that just makes you feel good, calms you down, right? So that's the first step. Then we're going to go into the framework. Once you're at a more rested place. So R stands for reflect. And this means taking a step back and going through what I just talked to you about. Of all the things on your plate, what's actually required. I was just talking to a group of people about Luke 10 in the Bible, in the story of Mary and Martha. You had Mary, who they were both in the presence of Jesus in the story, but you had Mary who was sitting at the feet of Jesus, and Martha, who was just doing all this stuff. And Martha came to Jesus and was like, why don't you tell your sister to help me? There's so much to do. And Jesus was like, look, you're worried and upset about so many things, but only a few are actually required, right? And so I'm coming to you today to tell you, you're worried and upset about so many things. Maybe genuinely, maybe you have good reason to, but only a few things are actually required for you right now. So in the reflect portion of this, I want you to sit down and think through, like, what is actually required, what is important and urgent. It has to be both. It cannot just be important, and it cannot just be urgent. It has to be urgent and important. If it's just urgent but it's not important, leave it alone. Let it. And I have another video that we did where we talked about the art of letting bad things happen. If it's urgent but it's not important, let it be a bad thing that happens. We don't have to worry about that. This is going to force you to be uncomfortable, because the reason why you're overwhelmed is that you've been trying to keep too many things together. And the truth is, just like it's raining outside, in that analogy I gave, everything is not going to be able to be kept together. But that's okay. It's life. We're humans. Life is imperfect. We're imperfect. And we only have 24 hours in a day. And again, there's only a few things that are actually going to move the needle forward in your life. I want you to make a list and actually physically write it, right? It's easy to do things, and I've experimented with this over the years. I've done things in tablets. I make lists in phones all the time, and I go back and forth. When I get to the place where I'm just completely overwhelmed, you have to write. Writing touches physically write. I'm talking about pen to paper. Physically writing does something special for our brain that no other thing does. It is not recreated when you type. It is not recreated when you speak. So I want you to make a list on a scratch piece of paper of, like, here's all the things I have on my plate now. And when you write that list out, you're probably going to be like, dang, no wonder I feel overwhelmed, because now it's out of your mind and onto the paper. Next, what I want you to do is I want you to go through and classify each of those things you have. So again, there's going to be, we can use acronyms. So there's urgent and important. So that's UI. There's urgent. There's important. So urgent can be U. There's important, but not urgent. So that could just be a I. And then there's not important and not urgent. We can just put that with an N for not, right? So I want you to go through and classify each of the things you're doing. And the things that are marked as urgent and important, those are the only things I want you to focus on right now. Important, we need to make time for. We need to schedule time in advance for, and we need to protect time around, but it's not what you have to do right now. Things that are urgent but not important can fall off the wayside. So we only want urgent and important. And like I said, the not important, not urgent, just scratch those off of your list altogether, because we're not even doing them. Nobody has time for that. All right. So now that you have that list of urgent and important, there's different levels of urgency and there's different levels of importance. So based off of what you have going on in your life, I want you to put a 1, 2, 3, 4 by that, right? And just start tackling one thing at a time, okay? One thing at a time. Just one. This is something called single handling, and I'll put an article in the description about it below. But one thing about us as humans is we greatly overestimate our ability to multitask. And I have some people that work with me, even some people on my team who are great multitaskers. I respect them, but most people are bad at multitasking because it makes us inefficient. We split our attention, and then it takes us twice as long to do two things than it would have if we just focused on one. So this is why I'm asking you, Tackle your list one at a time. Do one thing at a time and one thing only, and knock it out as quickly as you can. Okay? And if you find that that first task you start is taking way longer than you thought it would, well, now you know. And so now you have to communicate and move things around, or communicate if it's a work thing or if it's a relational thing or whatever, communicate, hey, this is the challenge I'm faced with, right? And then in that case, in some cases, you can either do two things. You can keep going and just communicate, hey, this is going to take a little longer. Hope you understand. Two, you can give it up, but if it's an urgent and important thing, you probably don't want to give it up. Three, you can get help. And this is something I've learned too. People often are more willing to help than we think they are if we speak up, if we ask, right? And so if you have too much on your plate, but you have a lot of urgent and important things that just have to get done no matter what, you have to get some sort of help to support you if you cannot do it in the time frame you need to do it in. And so these are the realities that we have to face sometimes when we feel like we have too much to do. Also, I need your no's to become much stronger. We have several videos on this channel where we talked about no and setting boundaries. We talked about chaos stacking. We talked about how to say no without feeling guilty. We talked about why you need to stop being an emotional garbage can and how you can say no to people so that you don't get overwhelmed in the first place. All those videos are on this channel, so check those out. The main thing is your no's have to become a lot stronger because you have watched this video to this point, so I know you have way too much to do on your plate. You right now, just like we said, we just have to deal with the realities. If it's raining, we have to deal with it, right? The reality is right now, you have too much on your plate. We're no longer adding to your plate. Any invitations, any other thing, unless it's something that you deem super important over what's currently on your list to where something else on your list can come off. We're not taking anything else, right? We're closed. It's like a store. We're closed for business right now. We'll reopen again when we can, right? So it's after hours in your life right now. Nobody else can make any requests of you. The door is shut and we're focusing on what's in front of us. And that's okay. Like there's different times and seasons for a reason, right? There's a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. There's a time for everything under the sun is what the best success book of all time says. And so there's a time for everything in your life too. And so this is just not the time to add, right? The time to add more is not when you're overwhelmed, right? So we talked about how to classify your what's currently facing. We talked about the importance of writing it down, and just doing those two steps is just going to further help your brain and your mind to relax, right? And so this is the reflect part of what we're talking about. We are also going to energize. So you're going to come up with a plan. You're going to reflect. We're going to energize. I want you to do one thing that makes you feel really good. It can be a fun hobby you love to engage in. It could be going to see a movie. It can be just doing something exciting, taking a trip, a brief day trip, something. But I want you to carve at least a half day to do something that just really lights you up. And the reason why is because if you've been overwhelmed with all this pressure and all this heaviness and all this noise, you probably have not been coming at your task from a place of maximum energy. And so the E in my REST framework is energize. You need to do something that gets the blood pumping, gets things flowing for you, makes you feel good, makes you feel confident and capable again, right? And when you approach your task from that place, you're going to do a lot better, right? And so I want you to make some time. I know it's counterintuitive because it's like, I have so much to do. Why would I do something fun? Because you need it. You need it, period. And so do it, enjoy it, and don't feel guilty about it at all, because it's going to help you get through the rest of your task. So energize, S, strategize. So now that you have reflected on what you have in front of your plate, now that you have energized, now we're going to strategize. This is where that single handling comes in. How can I get this done more effectively? How can I get this done faster? Who can help me get this done? With strategize, you are asking questions to try to attack your issues from different angles so that you can do it great, fast, or good enough, right? Either one, depending on what's required. Some stuff we give a great effort for only needs to be good enough. Some stuff we planned on making good enough, but it needs to be great. Some stuff takes longer. Some stuff could be done a lot faster if we approach it a different way. So strategize is about taking each item on your list and asking yourself, how could I get this done better? What does this actually require of me? Who can help with this? How can I get this done most effectively and efficiently with the most, best output, least amount of time? How much of this is actually required of me? asking those types of questions before you jump in will help you a ton. And then the T is for thrive. So thrive really is a holistic step. It's about, once you get past this phase where you just have all this stuff on your plate, I really want you to take time to take a step back and think about your life as a whole, right? Think about your life as a whole. What do you want out of life? And are you at the place where you have that? Because if not, we need to kind of take a step back, look at the big picture, and figure out what our next moves need to be. And that's really what the book is about, helping you kind of take a step back and look at your life and look at those big picture items to really help you move forward. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you feel like you have too much to do, welcome to the human race. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. I believe that you are competent. I believe you have everything in you needed to succeed. I believe that you are way more capable than you even imagine right now. And I believe you deserve to rest. So if this was a great video for you, if you feel like, yeah, I need more of this, I need more of this encouragement, I look forward to seeing you on this channel. I also want to invite you to check out the book in the description below. I personally love the audiobook version because it will allow you to just, while you're driving, while you're doing these tasks, while you're doing these things and getting these things crossed off your to-do list, it will enable you to feel better, feel more confident, help you strategize, help you walk through these steps, and you'll get this new knowledge in your heart and in your mind. So hopefully you will not be at the place where you're just completely utterly overwhelmed ever again. And that will be my hope and goal for you after listening to that book. So if you got here, thank you so much for listening to the end. You do not have to, but every time you do, it helps this get to more people. It helps me. So thank you so much. If you got something valuable out of this video, tell me below what you got out of this video, and please subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you in the next one.